Hello and welcome to the Generation Gap podcast. I'm Lunchbox.
And I'm Gleek.
And here we go. Fuck it.
Such commitment. Such devotion. Nothing but the best.
I just thought it was absolutely hilarious. Before you did the little countdown thing, you said, here we go. Fuck it. That just stayed in my head. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, finally, I got to see some good films.
What?
Yeah, I paid for them with a couple of bad ones, but yeah, I got to watch some good fucking stuff. Things I've, been... First, I want to get to the bad ones.
Okay.
After a good run of like 8 fucking good movies, I paid for it with these 2 bad ones. The first one, it's called the Greasy Strangler. This is the most try-hard piece of shit I have seen in a fucking long motherfucking time.
Is it a straight-up parody, or...?
No, it's like some independent film. Well, maybe a hipster trying to be fucking funny. But... It's awkward. I think they tried too fucking hard to be awkward, to be edgy,
So like a trauma film where they overly try to be gory and edgy and...
Yeah. But this one just tried to be... I don't fucking even know how to describe it. It's like you took Napoleon Dynamite and mixed it with shit.
Like Napoleon Dynamite and mix it with murder, or like Napoleon Dynamite...
Oh, there's murder. There's murder all in this movie.
So it's like Napoleon Dynamite with gore.
With cringe. Cringe. This film is cringe from beginning to end.
Like fedora cringe, or like a guy in a balloon costume cringe?
Like fake old man uncircumcised dicks flopping around cringe. Yeah. All right, let me start off. All right, this film, it starts off with this fucking loser asshole, okay? And I mean a fucking loser. For anybody out there that might know, this guy, he looks like you took the poor sap on the internet, fucking Chris Chan. You aged him 10, 15 fucking years, all right? The same fucking character. I swear to God, I think they based this character on that poor kid. I really do. And he's all depressed and, oh well,
Eeyore.
Yeah, like a fucking sad, greasy-haired Eeyore. And he lives with his old man, and I don't know how to fucking describe it. It shows him like he's the bitch of this relationship, all right? And it's almost like this, I'll get to the end of it, I'll talk about it. It's almost like a fucking bromance that doesn't really pop up until the very end. Yeah, it's fucking retarded. But the young guy, the son, he's the one that does all the cooking and all the other bullshit. Well, the old man is like this fucking just hard to live with old fuck. And
just an ornery old take care of me, old fashioned.
Yeah, I shit my life away and I'm more important than you, so you're going to shit your life away taking care of me. Yeah. But he's always holding it over the kid's head. If you don't do XYZ, I'll throw your ass out. They go into it early. The old man has got this fucking fascination with grease. Yeah. Everything he eats has to be like dunked in fucking grease. Yeah, and it becomes a thing through the whole film. They take it to a stupid level. They have a big argument for like 5 minutes of the fucking movie just calling each other bullshit artists. They're trying overly hard to show that they're not functional as people. And I think that they break these fucking jokes off in the ground. Like they don't realize, like you've went from beyond trying to be funny, you're becoming cringy. And the grease joke is the same fucking way.
Like how does he like pour the grease into it?
Yeah. What? Like anything he served, he wants fucking like old used grease poured on top of it. Yeah. And it becomes a major part of the movie. Yeah. The old man, him and his son, they do a quote disco tour. All right. And they could take people around like Los Angeles or whatever and show them like at this bar, you know, is where Casey and the Sunshine Band fucking performed their first act and, you know, this kind of bullshit. Well, they meet a woman on one of the tour, and it's this fucking pretty in the face fat girl. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. 100% understand.
Yeah, pretty in the face, even though she's chubby, but completely built like a brick shit house.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just, and then of course they show her naked like a lot in this fucking movie. And it's cringy naked. It's just not attractive at all, you know? And they start building up that she's interested in the young guy. Well, the father decides, fuck the young guy, I'm going to take her, you know? And they have this whole fucking story that just keeps marching along, you know, in between the two of them. The son pretty much gets cucked by his fucking dad. And, you know, had to be in the same house while he's listening to his girlfriend get fucked in the next room. Yeah. Well, while they're doing this, they keep introducing these fucking stupid characters. I mean, like one dude, he shows up and no fucking explanation. This dude's wearing like a pig nose. And they call him Piggy. No fucking explanation. Until later in the movie, you find out why. Turns out the old man is a strangler. When he gets pissed off at people, he goes and kills them. All right? Well, they first show him as like some kind of weird melted monster thing. You know, and you're thinking, does he change back and forth, you know? Well, at the end of the film, you find out, no, he's dunking himself in a 50-gallon fucking vat of grease to cover himself up so he can go run around and kill people. And when you learn the thing like with Piggy, when he gets killed, there's a scene where he's choking the guy, and this character Piggy just starts getting off on it. Like it's almost like, oh, this is fucking exciting, you know? And then he takes the fucking rubber nose off the guy, and he ain't got no fucking nose. Like just a big hole in his head.
Everything that you have like used to describe this film has thoroughly made me cringe. Like,
it's try hard. Every step is try hard.
This just sounds like it's just bad. Like they got into a the guy did a Eraserhead.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is on the same fucking level as Eraserhead when, you know, not making fucking sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got a bad feeling this is a movie so fucking bad that, yeah, it'll probably become a cult thing. Yeah, the best way to describe it, I brought up Napoleon Dynamite, would be John Waters doing Napoleon Dynamite. Just picture that in your fucking head, you know?
Just forced meme as fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Forced meme. That's what this is. They force every bit of it. Well, they go on with the old man being this murderer, and every time he kills somebody, he then goes down to the car wash and walks through it, and where it washes the grease off of him. And his buddy there is a blind guy that runs the car wash. You know, because that's who you're going to have running your business, right? You know,
blind dude.
I want a blind dude to collect my money for me. Mm-hmm. Which he kills him later, too. But they keep building up, you know, the old man's just killing. And then finally at the end, the boy, or his son, says, fuck it. I'm going to be a greasy strangler, too. And so jumps in his dad's fucking vat of grease, goes off and he's chasing after his girl and gets there in time in a theater where his old man's in the process of killing her. So they both join in and kill her. You know, and then it goes to like really shitty special effects, like, you know, their eyes pop out and they fucking eat them like grapes. Just stupid shit. And then at the end, I was talking about it was like a bromance thing that they've decided, like, fuck all these people, you know, we work good together as a team. And the movie basically ends with them running hand in hand through the woods, covered, or naked, both covered in grease. That's the ending of the fucking movie. I felt stupid after watching this fucking film, dude.
I can feel the synapses in my brain misfiring.
Yeah.
They're just like, I have no earthly idea what the fuck's going on.
Dude. I didn't either. I just got to watching it I'd already started watching it, and then it was like, fuck it. I want to see just how bad this fucking movie is. You know, hit me with the whole fucking thing. By the time the end of the movie happened, I was just at that point where I don't fucking care anymore. I was just numb to it. I was like, oh, more cringe. That, you know, that's about what I expected, you know. And, I mean, they do things on purpose. Like, the two characters walking around and he's fucking, they're, like, one is, the old guy's a skinny dude, like all knobby-kneed and just skinny as fuck. And his son's overweight. So, what do we give them? Let's give them both Speedos to fucking wear around, you know, to make it awkward as shit. And then there's scenes all the time where you're seeing one of them's fucking dick. And it's an obvious fake fucking uncircumcised dick. Like hanging down to their fucking knees. And it was like, you just put that in there just so you could, just people would point and go, ooh, they put a naked guy in there. That's so edgy. I mean, there's a scene where the old man, the camera's directly pointed at it. The old man's laying on his bed, whips his fucking ass up in the air, points it directly at the camera, and farts. And a bare ass. You get to see the fruit bowl and every fucking thing. And then there's a description later where the son's talking about the time that his old man did that, and he shit, and he talking about the shit doing a loop-de-loop in the air and landing on the bed. And I'm like, you just threw that in there just to be fucking edgy. There's not even a reason for this.
That reminds me of the Idiocracy movie, Ass.
They literally, that's kind of what it was. Like, we're going to keep throwing asses and naked old men in here just because edgy, because we want a reaction.
We're going to end up with butt fuckers in about 5 years. Just fuck Pudruckers or Rud fuckers, whatever the fucking name of the restaurant is. It's just going to be butt fuckers.
You know, I mean, you mentioned Eraserhead, right? The goddamn scene with the bitch in the radiator made more sense than this entire fucking film. Your movie is fucking awful.
If you make David Lynch look like he's making sense.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can point to Eraserhead and go,
oh yeah,
Eraserhead is better filmed than this.
Eraserhead is the Citizen Kane of edge movies.
Oh my fucking God. That's a movie I will never watch that piece of shit again. There's another one, you know, talking about Eraserhead.
Yeah.
Fuck that noise.
I think David Lynch is another one of those famed directors that's actually retarded.
Yeah.
But people like don't want to admit it because there's like such a stigma. It's like, oh no, you just don't understand his art. And I'm like, fucking Andy Warhol painted pictures of soup cans. Get the fuck over yourself.
Yeah.
He made a movie that was just one continuous shot because he was too lazy to get up and turn off his camera.
Well, okay, that sometimes it actually makes sense, so in a way. You know what that is?
Pretentious hipsterness?
It's pretentious hipsterness in a way, but it also at times, weird shit like that, can be weaponized autism. It's an autist whose focus actually creates something good.
Weaponized
autism.
That makes me sound like a torture method they use in Guantanamo. It's like, we will now weaponize autism. And they're like, since they banned waterboarding, we're gonna play for David Lynch's Eraserhead. And
no!
I was like, oh yes, I've heard the name David Lynch when I was in my ISIS camp bombing children. And then they just like fucking rolling in, and he was like, what is this shit? Or they play Memento once. And never let him see it again.
Oh my God! Yeah, don't explain shit to him.
Just show him what the fuck is happening.
Which Memento, it had some good parts.
But watch it once. Fail to do with shampoo how you have to rinse and repeat.
That's a scam. That is a complete scam.
I don't know. I use the rinse and repeat method.
Rinse and repeat
extra soft.
Rinse and repeat is a fucking scam to sell more shampoo. You're only using half that fucking bottle.
It makes my hair extra soft. It does.
Yeah, it's right up there with the fucking stickers that say now 10% more. That's because they watered it down 10%.
It's all they put the detergent level, they make it 20% higher than what it needs to be.
Yeah. So they can water it back down. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like going out of business sales. You raise all prices by half and then declare so much off.
Yeah. Oops.
Well, speaking of weaponized autism, all right.
Oh God. They've made Chris Chan into a mech, haven't they?
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, he's covered in grease.
Is it a cat suit, Chris Chan? Like Super Mario?
No, it's what do you call it?
The Tanuki suit?
Pokachu or whatever?
Oh, the Sonic Chew?
Sonic Chew, yes.
The Sonic Chew cat suit? Like, Sonic Chew mech suit is what it would be.
Jesus Christ.
And he would invite all lesbian ladies over to my house for a super sexy slumber party.
But only if you're unattached. Anyway, fuck that guy.
This is for my LGBTQ community. And I'm like, when did they fucking add a Q? What's that temporal being from Star Trek have to do with your faggotness?
It's because we entered another fucking world, dude.
We entered another dimension.
We're in the Berenstain world right now. You know that, right?
We entered another dimension where faggotness is okay.
The Berenstain universe.
Faggotness. Now coming to theaters. Run and hide from faggotness.
Yeah, I just don't see that in the cut. I just don't.
I think it should, because now I want to see like an old style like 50s shitty horror movie, shitty horror sci-fi movie trailer done for faggotness.
Jesus Christ.
Prepare to run. Prepare to hide.
Prepare Uranus.
Prepare Uranus from faggotness.
Which would have to include the actual fucking scene of some dude on his space communicating radio to warn the starbase on Uranus.
On Uranus from faggotness.
Yeah, prepare Uranus.
All it is like a flying metal goatsy that's full of like space aliens.
He just pulls apart and they come flying out.
No, it pulls like it's two fists that just go flying through the air, right? And what it does is it opens up a portal to its dimension by doing a goatsy in the space time continuum and let loose the fucking space aliens. I went from movie trailer to whole fucking movie in like 30 seconds.
Wow.
This should be like an ad for marijuana.
Yet. Well,
you want to come up with badass movie ideas? Smoke weed.
Well, get back to what I was thinking. Bad movies. Okay. Weaponized autism here. All right. I also got to watch, and speaking of homos, I got to watch the fucking Rocky Horror Picture Show remake.
Oh, no.
I honestly want to slap a bitch.
You're coming to theaters near you.
Oh,
Faggotness.
Fuck no. No, fuck no. You know me, I'm a fan of Rocky Horror.
Yeah, it's pretty much one of the few musicals that you can watch without being a fag. So,
well, it's not even that, dude. It's just it's a good story. I have seen that is the movie I've seen the most times. I've seen it more than I have Star Wars, which for me says a fucking lot. You know, Star Wars. I watched that motherfucker front to back years ago. You know, over and over and over. But all right. You're not going to believe the changes made to this fucking shit, all right? Mm-hmm. They start off, it's all Americanized as a motherfucker. And which I understand. You know, the original Rocky Horror, it was Brits doing American roles, you know, generally. It was kind of written, you know, about Denton, Texas and all that.
Yeah.
And anyway, it's overly Americanized. It's ridiculous. The characters... It's like, let's completely throw out all the original character sketches of who they were. We're just going to fucking willy-nilly plug our own fucking diversity-full cast into this.
Diversity! Yeah,
well, they diversified themselves into a shit show.
You know, I identify as a female Asian attack helicopter, right?
Attack helicopter?
Yeah.
Damn.
So I really need to have my thin demographic
represented.
Represented.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a trans Asian woman. Attack helicopter.
That's right.
I only have sex with other attack helicopters. I put my dick in the rudder.
Oh shit. Okay, back to that. But what I'm getting at, dude, the changes they made were stupid. Like, right off the fucking bat, Frankenfurter is no longer a white dude. All right? He's black. But he's a he, she, it, trans, or whatever the fuck they want to call him at this exact moment, because that shit's as fluid as their genders, obviously. The descriptions.
LGBTNQ.
Yeah, well, yeah, whatever. What I'm getting at, they destroyed the concept of Frankenfurter by making him a he, she, it. They refer to him in the film as female. And this fucking Frankenstein creation that was playing him, all right? And, they can say what they want. That's a fucking construction. You got fake tits. You're pretending to be a woman.
Like, legitimately, it's got fake tits?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Jeez.
May or may not have his dick lopped off. I don't fucking know, and I don't care. But in my mind, they went... All right, they're so worried about PC-ness.
They have just gotten Bailey J for this role?
I would have rather seen that. Because I think that he would have played a better role. Anyway.
But remember, kids, if you like chicks with dicks, you just like dudes with tits.
Pretty much.
So you're still gay.
Yeah. Whether or not balls are touching, that's gay.
Oh, God, why?
Well, what I'm getting at, I think that when you look at the original Rocky Horror, all right, it was about O'Brien, the guy that wrote it, played Riff Raff, and all that shit. That story was about him working out his own problems, determining who the fuck he actually was, all right? And he later in life has described himself that he's 70% male, 30% female, okay? It's a guy that's accepted the fact that, hey, he tends to have girly tendencies and he's gay. So what, Frank, though, was totally happy to swing both fucking directions.
Yeah.
And I don't think... He wasn't even a human. He's an alien, By making this character now have tits, be referred to as a woman, the person playing that character doesn't even count. You have completely shit all over the original character. By trying to be PC... you have destroyed the PC-ness of it.
Yeah.
Because you could go and use their terms and say Frankenfurter was, quote, non-binary. He didn't consider himself a man or a fucking woman. He was fucking Frank. And that's just all there was to it. By picking this, though, no, fuck that.
Well,
you've destroyed the whole concept of him.
Well, that gender isn't based on what sex you're born with. Biology is wrong, and
that's a whole bucket of shit we could just dive right into, but you know what I mean? Well, just like I said with Frankenfurter, I think they fucking dropped the fucking ball by having this guy. And let's add on top of beyond the character, the guy that's playing Frank, okay? He fucking sucks. Just, it couldn't carry a fucking note, all right? You could tell when he was flat ass trying to pretend to be Tim Curry, okay? Those were the times where he was actually hitting the fucking mark in the songs and shit. Other than that, no. The music, they developed a certain formula with the Rocky Horror show, right?
Yeah.
You can sing along with it, whether it's on stage or the movie or whatever. Fans know that shit. You couldn't sing along with this shit. Because the timing of the music's off. It's just wrong. And especially towards the end, when he appears and does a goddamn Tina Turner fucking imitation during the floor show. What in the Sam fuck were they thinking? You know, the floor show is one of the big points in the whole movie. And it's a Tina Turner imitation. I wanted Ike to show up and slap that bitch right in the face. And on top of this, Magenta has now went from a pale redhead to a black girl with like a fucking rooster comb haircut. Delivers her line shittily, doesn't hit the mark, doesn't have that... Everything about Magenta, you know, was an aloof, distant kind of person. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
She was above all this. This bitch doesn't portray that at all. You don't get any hint of that. Another one. Dr. Everett Scott. Von Scott, right? Yes.
Mein Führer! Oh.
Exactly. A paperclip Nazi, which I think was... I really think that character was based on, what's his name, from Peter Sellers, wasn't it? And Dr. Strangelove played the Nazi in that movie.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Scott was based on him.
Yeah, I do too. So, the fact that he was in a wheelchair and the accent.
Yeah. And a paperclip Nazi, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's completely forget that whole fucking fact. And we're going to hire Benson. You remember Benson?
No.
I think, wasn't it Ben Vereen?
Nope.
The old TV show like 70s. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. Let's get this old as fuck black dude to play a paperclip Nazi. Because, you know, that totally makes fucking sense and goes along with the story, right? Sure it does. In this diverse new world we live in.
Well, even though there were black, Muslim, Asian, Indian, Nazis. Nazis were just not only white people.
I understand.
They were from many different races. The only people that I think were...
a paperclip Nazi named Von Scott. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost willing... I would bet the fucking farm on it. It's not going to be a black guy. It's just not. I would be willing to make that bet. I'm willing to put money on it.
Vlackenster.
Yeah. Well, it just those characters. It's what the fuck are you doing? All right. Janet, the woman doing the role tried really hard. She didn't look the part. Her singing wasn't up to snuff. It just wasn't good. The whole movie was bad.
Yeah.
Another one. They got rid of a lot of shit because somehow this is too much for fucking broadcast television. Where Dr. Scott picks the fucking joint up in the Zen room and like investigating it, and he's like, ugh. You know, like he's realizing the people that Eddie fell in with, you know? Yeah. In this one, he reaches out and he picks up a cigarette butt. And I'm like, you just missed the whole point of that entire scene. Other ones, they change certain words. You know, they just change shit up so they don't touch on certain concepts. They pause the hell out of it. You know, we're going to somehow make this all fucking family friendly, but yet we're still going to show fucking Frankenfurter and Brad kissing during the pool scene.
Well, don't you know that faggotness is now family friendly?
I guess so.
Faggotness is fun for the whole family.
Well, I mean,
you can pick up your copy. Faggotness, the board game today.
Well, why? I don't give a shit a person's fag. I don't care. Whatever it takes to make you happy, do it. Like the thing says, don't dream it, be it. All right?
Yeah, don't dream about being a faggot. Be a faggot.
If you're going to be a fag, go be the best fag in the world. I'm serious.
You go and suck that dick.
Suck that dick. Be the best cocksucker on the fucking planet. I guarantee you somebody will appreciate your fucking efforts. Okay? You're going to have a fan. I promise you.
You just take all that dick right into the mouth.
Do whatever you want. But why is it we can't show titties on television? We can't show drug use on television. We can't approach certain concepts politically on television.
They showed a lot of drug use in Breaking Bad.
Was that Fox?
No, it was AMC. Okay, it was a cable network.
Yeah, I'm talking about Fox. You see my point?
Peter did smoke crack on Family Guy.
Hey, that's a cartoon.
I'm trying to like fucking think here. God, dude.
Hey, that's my point. You can't think of that, you know? Why is it okay if all this other shit is not okay? We can't show titties. We can't show sex. We can't show drugs. We can't show certain political ideas. But we can have two dudes kissing.
But
And you're fucking bad for saying something about it.
I think they should have just left it at a joint.
Exactly.
Like honestly, if what's worse? I mean, you ban cigarette ads from being on television, right? Why would you put a cigarette butt in a movie? Like, most of the time, people aren't even gonna know.
Well, hell,
what's a joint.
Nowadays, they throw a fit over smoking in fucking movies.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know, dude. Everything about that whole thing was, like I said, diversifies or
diversity.
Yeah, the diversity was over the fucking top. The fucking American television style was just from front to back. I mean, these people, every one of them, dude, they sang horrible. The bitch that does the opening part, you know, the science fiction picture, when she sings that bitch, you watch her, I swear to God, she's singing half of it out of the side of her mouth, and she does that warbly, I want to be a diva bullshit. You know the crap I'm talking about.
Yeah, the thing that Christina Aguilera popularized.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck everything about that. And just they shit on it. They shit on the whole fucking thing. And if they want a perfect example of the way if you're going to make it, one, we don't do a fucking remake. What they should have done, O'Brien did a version a year ago for the European market. It was, they actually did it on stage live in front of people and simulcast it across fucking Europe to other theaters. And also like cable subscribers and people, you know, pay-per-view.
This is how WrestleMania happened too.
Yeah. Yeah, this is using the same concept as a WrestleMania or something.
It was the early pay-per-view concept.
Yeah. He did a great fucking version of his stage act, you know, the Rocky Horror Show.
Yeah.
I'd have had no problem. We're going to do it for the American audience. You know, instead of like this being broadcast for Britain, we're going to do it for the American audience. But you do the fucking show. And get O'Brien on fucking board just like they did before.
Yeah.
You know? That fucking thing was great. I've watched a lot of stage performances of this movie and stage act and all. This was the worst goddamn thing I've ever seen. This was worse than Glee. Do you remember the Rocky Horror bullshit on Glee?
No, I never watched it. But I remembered it being existing.
I never watched the whole episode, but I watched some of the songs just to compare, you know? I never thought I'd see a point when I'd say, holy shit, the Glee version was better than this.
Let's watch some Glee.
Oh, hell no. I mean, let's go pound sand up my ass. That's what I'd rather do than watch Glee, you know?
Do you got a sand pounder? And some sand?
Yes. Yeah.
Just strip the colon clean.
Uh-huh. Grab the old post hole digger and just start tearing at it.
God damn.
But, like I said, from beginning to end, it was just shit. Just absolute shit. And the commercial breaks. Oh my fucking God. Just commercial breaks. One of them, the most egregious, I think, was a fucking pop-up ad for Coca-Cola. You know those ads that come up after the commercial break's over and they hide in front of at the bottom of the screen? Yeah. Coca-Cola. And I'm like, no, no. Yeah, they just completely sold out. And then you get on Twitter, and
it's exactly like Idiocracy.
Yeah,
it's like turning even more to Idiocracy.
Yeah,
I'm watching Out My Balls, and it's like a screen that's like, super fucking tiny, just surrounded by advertisements.
Yeah, I went and looked on Twitter, and like you said, it's Idiocracy fucking mindset of people like, oh, this was fan-fucking-tastic, and fuck that, fuck you. If you really like that fucking show, you're not going to like this. And I really wished I'd went back in time and stopped myself from watching it.
Secret masochist.
But yeah, I think I am.
It's secret masochism.
But a lot of times you see something and it's like, fuck, thanks a lot. You just made me hate XYZ, right? This didn't. This had a reverse effect. You know what that is? It made me appreciate the original
even more.
Even more.
Yeah.
You don't know the smell of a rose until you've smelt a pile of shit.
That is the truth. Speaking of piles of shit, can we get into the debates? I really want to get into
my
debates.
God.
I really, really want to get into it. Because that's mostly like...
Yeah, but we tend to avoid politics because...
Yeah, reasons. But
we're just going to piss people off.
Well, it's okay for millennials to hear different opinions. Even though they act like it's fucking the end of the world. We have the king of the Oompa Loompas himself, the maestro in orange blackface, Donald Trump versus who I believe now at this point
maybe in Satan incarnate.
No, is a clusterfuck of honey badgers in a gelatinous substance that resembles human skin.
Yeah,
and is propped up as the front for the Democratic Party because she is, of course, a clusterfuck of honey badgers and will viciously attack anyone that tries to get in her way. That's why so many people have died. Let's not call it Arkansas. Let's call it Hillary Badger. Don't give a fuck.
It's Arkansas. It's always been Arkansas, dude.
Dude, the fucking third debate I watched 3 times. First time sober. Pod helped me through the second 2.
Speaking of fucking being a masochist, I watched them debates each. When they come out live, I watched them 1 time.
I watched the first one twice, the second one once, and the third one 3 times.
The second one was the best one. It really was, I think.
Trump did not have a strong showing at the beginning of all 3, but you wait after the 10-minute mark, and it's just like, oh, I found a giant hammer. His name's WikiLeaks. Oh. There's a clusterfuck of badgers in a human costume.
Speaking of WikiLeaks, the director mysteriously died recently.
Oh, you mean was not possibly murdered by Hillary Clinton's lackeys?
No, not a chance in hell.
And she totally didn't have a fucking puppet account put over $1 billion into a frozen bank account in a country in the Middle East.
Qatar.
Just in case she accidentally loses and she
has to flee the country.
She has to flee the country to avoid prosecution, making her probably number 1 on the FBI's most wanted list. In the same exact place where Osama bin Laden was for over 12 years. On that giant game of hide and go seek, and how much is she gonna take credit for the death of someone that died possibly fucking 6 years earlier? Oops!
Yeah. Man, this whole election cycle has been... I can't fucking believe... I'm not a Trump fan. I'm not.
I have to explain that.
Trump legitimately kind of scares me.
He does me as well.
Yeah, because what I'm seeing, everybody wants to point at Hitler, and no, not Hitler.
No. Hillary is more like Hitler.
Yeah, he's more of a Mussolini. You know what I mean? He's making the promise, I'm going to get the trains running on time.
I wrote this earlier today. A criminal and a billionaire running for president. Killer clowns. Internet vigilantes. Cubs going to the World Series. A pro wrestler in MMA. Next month, aliens are going to make contact, and after that, Walt Disney will be thawed out for Christmas. Calm down, 2016.
Dude, we really have entered an alternate fucking universe.
Yeah. No, we are becoming a parody of ourselves.
Yeah.
Like the ultimate in being Bill Murray is starting to happen to an entire country of oh, look at how outlandish America is.
Yeah.
Look at 2016. It's like you have fucking Black Lives Matters kids going science isn't real because it's racist. How is science racist? You go up there and you show me the number 2. Well, 2 is a racist construct. It's a fucking number. The alphabet is racist because the number 24.
Which, speaking of which, have you noticed something about the BLM? Where the fuck have they went all of a sudden?
With the Bernie Sanders crew to go basement dwelling.
Well, I think, you notice that they kind of fucking disappeared whenever this whole George Soros thing, WikiLeaks. Like, hey, guess who's really been paying these fucking assholes to go do this shit? They mysteriously went the fuck away. And look at, what the hell's the name of it? Veritas Project?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Project Veritas.
Oh, my God. That fucking video they did.
Oh, yeah. We can't bus them in anymore. We gotta get rental cars you can't track.
Yeah. Yeah.
You fucking, like...
Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. How the fuck? I don't understand this. Like I said, Trump bugs me. I don't agree with everything he says at all. All right? And there's no other fucking candidate. I don't fucking see any other fucking thing. He technically is the shiniest of all the turds. And
because Gary Johnson came out as a fucking flaming liberal.
Mm-hmm. Straight up said that he supports every fucking thing Barry Sanders was about. Barry Sanders?
Barry Sanders.
Oh, God.
Steroids. That's what Barry Sanders is all about. Some good old, like bring back steroids in baseball. Dude, I want, like, the home run. Dude, I am on the same side as Joe Rogan when he says it's like I don't fucking care if those guys dope up like crazy to where they have arms the size of 50 millimeter goddamn rocket cannons. I want to see all everyone wants to see is 200-mile-per-hour fastballs and home runs. No one fucking gives a shit, and that's why 2016 has been the parody year of years.
Well,
fuck me running.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get people like Johnson. Johnson straight up stole the fucking libertarian nomination,
and then everyone thinks that Jill Stein is some sort of, like, liberal Jesus.
Fuck that.
Yeah, like, it's like, when has the Green Party ever made sense?
The only time I voted one time, I'll admit, I actually voted Green Party in a fucking local, like, Senate race one time. Because everybody else fucking sucked dog dick.
You know who I'm going to vote for?
And he was the only guy willing to say, I'd be all for, like, legalizing pot.
You know, this is how I'm legitimately going to joke. Since this year has been an entire parody, this is how I'm going to vote. Mm-hmm. I'm going to vote for Donald Trump for president.
Okay.
And then every other thing that is on the electorate, I'm going to write in Donald Trump and see what happens.
I tend to write none of the above.
I'm just going to write...
It takes me like 20 minutes to vote because all you hear from me is beep, 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 beep. I sound like a fucking checkout line.
It's like, I'm just going to put Trump, so I'm just going to be like Trump on every single one of them. Just for shits and giggles, because I'm probably going to be over there in the voting booth the entire time, hand over my mouth, like giggling profusely.
Well, it doesn't matter really who we vote for.
Well, yeah,
it doesn't matter.
It's because I'm I almost said electrical college.
For the electoral college, there's a reason for it. There is a reason for the electoral college.
Oh yeah, I completely agree with that, and I tell people the reasoning behind it all the time, and they're like, "What?" I'm like, it's not that hard to understand.
It's called living in a fucking republic.
Yeah. It's not that fucking hard to understand.
But like I said, there's no way in fuck I could vote for Stein. No way in the fuck I'm going to vote for Johnson.
I'm glad. That makes me regret my vote for him last time. Because like, oh yeah, it's like, you fucking two-faced fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, he's cringy.
He's cringy and...
He's kind of creepy too. You should just if I was a part of the Johnson campaign right now, I'd be like, just don't be such a faggot, dude.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, and that too, and try to, I don't know, maybe fucking know where Aleppo is. You know, you ever seen that whole thing? He got asked, they were interviewing him, and brought up the whole shit in Aleppo, and he didn't even know what the fuck they were talking about. It's like, goddamn, go smoke another dude, you know? But like I said,
so, like, world politics, man... These Brits, man, they don't want to be a part of Europe anymore, and so they broke off and they became an island. But Ireland was like, yo, dude, fuck you, we don't want to be a part of you. And so then Ireland's island broke off from Britain's island, and they fought over it, and that's why we got Northern Ireland.
Yeah. Okay.
Can we get a fact checker on this, please?
Fact checks are racist.
It's on the Hillary Clinton level of cannot be proven as even to be bullshit, but possibly extraterrestrial fecal matter.
Yeah. Well, like I said, man, the biggest enjoyment that I've had, as painful as this whole election thing is, all right, I have actually laughed my fucking balls off.
Why do you think I watched the third one 3 times?
Yeah, well, part of me is to watch people's reactions to this shit. People literally shitting their fucking pants on both fucking sides. One of the funniest things in the world, to me, is to watch liberals completely foam at the fucking mouth. I don't know. The only thing I enjoy more is a good fucking urban riot. You know?
You are the king of when it comes to command center riot coverage.
Oh God, yes. I'm there, dude.
You're one of those people that thoroughly enjoys watching the world burn and eating a bucket of popcorn, and being like, oh look, they're looting another store, just fucking munching away.
Well, I hope George gets his money's worth on this.
Ho ho ho! ho.
But
God.
Yeah, it's just people's reactions, dude. I mean, fucking Hillary Clinton lost her shit over fucking Pepe the Frog. Pepe the fucking frog.
You mean that racist Nazi symbol frog?
Yeah.
I remember back in the good old days, before meme was used to describe everything, when Pepe was just feels good man, or feels good frog, and then they edited it to where it was like feels bad man, and then for the longest time, Pepe was a symbol of depression.
Yeah, he was foul bachelor frog.
Well,
yeah, there for a long time.
I always remember him as being like, just feels good man.
Yeah, well, that was after feels good.
Oh, okay.
It's whenever, okay. It's the before he started being like a dick to fucking Wojak.
Yeah.
And, there was that whole fucking pee-pee poo-poo time period.
And there was some Dolan crossovers.
Yeah, and which if nobody knows what the fuck we're talking about, just go look it up. Just that's a thing. Yeah.
Just old fucking cancer.
Yeah.
Just like Pepe is not a symbol of like racism and Nazism. Pepe is just a symbol of cancer. Like it's just like it's possibly one of the earliest symbols of cancer. Yeah. The feels good man frog.
Well, now the thing, what I enjoy about it, there is people that are using fucking Pepe. There is a group of people that are using Pepe to further their ideas.
Yeah. But it's been...
They are such a drop in the fucking bucket. You know what I mean?
Even dank memes now are being like shown as like a parody anti-joke. Like, oh, well, like I seen one that was like, I think from an Australian news outlet, where it's like, who's the only candidate, or who's the only candidate that hasn't been involved in the Panama Papers, and it shows like one of their politicians, and he's got like the fucking fedora on, he's got the 420 blaze it joint out of his mouth with the MLG, Doritos, Mountain Dews, and like bars of gold and a yacht behind him, and that's saying a political message.
Yeah.
That's saying, like, this is the only good guy worth voting for this party in Australia. Yeah. And they do that same shit, over here with American politics, because, like, we're getting, like I said, this year, I think, is the full-blown birth of where America is just being, like, American culture... Yeah. It's just being a parody of itself.
We have jumped the shark.
Yeah.
We have majorly jumped the shark as a culture.
We are like the Fonzies of culture right now, and everyone else is like, oh, well, they're thinking like we're doing it unironically. Like, that's the fucking thing. Like, hipsters have like gotten so into the lifeblood of what is now American culture that everything is just fucking ironic, and none of the rest of the world is getting it.
Yeah.
Like, and there are people who I believe that understand the joke, but may not, like, fully, think that they're a part of it, like Donald Trump, like Hillary Clinton, like fucking Bernie Sanders.
Well, when you think of it, dude,
the mainstream media. I think the mainstream media is like the worst offender of like getting the joke but not realizing they're a part of it,
or realizing the importance of what the fucking joke's about.
Yeah,
like with Pepe, with the people that actually this is the truth, and I'm not not going to go deep on this, but there is fucking let's call it a neo-Nazi mindset, okay, that uses Pepe to push certain ideas. Since the quote normies accepted Pepe, as a meme, they can insert these concepts into it. You know what I mean? And have him say it for them. And a picture is worth 1,000 words.
As to something that by most people is just assumed as a joke.
Yeah. But they are dropping the bucket. But the reaction of like where Hillary and them fucking
blows it out of proportion.
Yeah. They went fucking retarded with it. And
which caused
the people that are doing that shit
to be underneath a magnifying glass and grow exponentially.
They fucking grew massively. Dude, it's a tongue-in-cheek joke in a way, but it's become a fucking religion now. And I'm not going to go far into it, but Pepe is keck. And just look that fucking concept up, folks. It is a thing. It's fucking real. Okay? But I think they're doing this shit. The reason they're doing this shit the way they are, and we might cut a lot of it.
Yeah.
As talk about Fight Club. But, no matter what the fuck she says, she's saying here, there's a small group on the internet that's using Pepe to further neo-Nazi fucking ideas and concepts. And she comes across as so fucking insane to normal people.
That they go and look at it.
Well, yeah, in a way that they look at her and they completely discredit what the fuck she says. Like, that bitch is nuts. Even though the one time that the bitch is actually speaking the truth. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. She shot herself in the foot by doing that. And just fed them more and give them more power. Back
on the opposite end of the spectrum, like Donald Trump is starting to win early voting states.
Oh, yeah.
He won Florida.
Yeah.
By a considerable margin.
Yeah, because it's the fact that he's just willing to stand up and say shit people have been thinking for years.
Yeah.
And the non-trendies, the flyover fucking people.
And it's going to end up being another, like, one of those silent majority type of things is what happened with Nixon.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't necessarily know if they're, like, too silent anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, dude, that are, I'm going to be honest, that in the left media, any media, downplays it. They're just crazy racists with guns.
Oh, they're deplorables.
Yeah, the deplorables.
Yeah.
Well, fuck you. I'm a deplorable then. There's a lot of people that are just sick to fucking death of being the laughingstock of the fucking world.
Yeah.
We're tired of being run by fucking criminals. All right. And it's just time to get shit done.
Well,
and unfortunately, for better or worse, we're fucking wide open to a populist fucking candidate.
Yeah. The thing about it is, and the most important reason I do believe for anyone to vote for Trump or anyone else except for Hillary is just the plain and simple fact that Hillary must lose.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we want to get like cut down substantially on corruption in Washington and the rich and powerful having a different set of rules to live by than the average day person.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton must lose this to then kind of prop up the fact that there is still, law and reason within this country, even on the highest of levels.
Yeah. That no one is above the fucking law.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of why we separated from fucking Britain.
Yeah, like
fuck a king, we're all equals.
We're not going to have this oligarchy. That's the fucking thing about it. Like, I fully believe that Hillary Clinton must lose and be tried, whether she runs or not. Then what needs to happen next is a term limit on congressmen. So badly.
A fucking total limit on lobbying.
Yeah. Well, I think that'll come with time.
Yeah.
I think legitimately most first year senators, like first freshman senators, are very Mr. Smith goes to Washington. Like especially on the Republican side, because you look at guys like Andy Holt.
that
are running just underneath, I think, the conservative banner this time around for, I think, Senate in Washington.
Did he run for Senate last time or representative?
I think
it was representative, wasn't it?
I think he might be running for House.
Yeah.
This time, and I think he was a state senator. I'm not too entirely sure, but he's anyway, like, he is very much so a Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, because the entire time he's been in Nashville, he is uphold. He was even talking positively about the Mormon BLM, I should say.
Yeah.
And
you talking about the Bureau of Land Management shit out there in Oregon and all that?
Yeah, he was talking positively about the Bundys.
Which, I got to say this, I'm not going to get big on that. The whole Bundy crisis, you look into it, genuinely look into it, all this shit really is coming from the fact that Hillary and company, Podesta and all of them with their fucking connections to the Russians, right? They're selling fucking public land out west.
Yeah.
Uranium.
Especially to the Chinese.
Yeah, the fucking Russians, Chinese, they're buying our fucking uranium-rich lands so they can get the uranium, build them into fucking weapons, and point them right back at us.
Yeah.
And it's bigger than that. It's a bigger issue than that, but that's really where a lot of it fucking stems from. And, of course, nobody's going to fucking look at that. Because you're crazy. That's conspiracy theory.
One of the, like, major topics that is being brought up even, like, in the mainstream media that really, like, overtly pisses me off is the fact that we protect, like, all these countries that don't necessarily like us.
Yeah.
That, like fucking Saudi Arabia is the biggest one. Mm-hmm. Like,
well, if it wasn't for us,
Saudi Arabia would probably been wiped off the map.
Well, one, we created them, us and the Brits back in like the teens and 20s.
Thanks, Lawrence of Arabia.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you can pretty much go and like look at like Dutch Shell, fucking British Petroleum, and fucking Texaco kind of shit.
But here we have
went over there and created that shit out of a bunch of fucking nomads.
Here we have like a bunch of like these kingdoms and principalities over there that pretty much live by Bronze Age laws. Mm-hmm. Like in all actuality, compared to the Western world, these people are fucking savages with the way that they think and prosecute people.
Which is weird when you actually look back. At one point, they were fucking enlightened as a son of a bitch. Mathematically, then they got fucked by religion.
Well, I think...
Yeah, their religion. The religion
definitely, I think, put a stifle on it. Mm-hmm. But I think they always had. They've been like fucking Muslims since like the 600s.
Yeah,
all the way through there. But anyway, so you have like.
I mean, I'm saying our number systems, our letter systems, pretty much come from them.
Yeah, but they have just. It's such backwards. Like people like, oh well, you shouldn't be racist against these people. I'm like. If these people knew what I was, if I was over there in one of those countries, they'd be like, oh, what religion are you? It's like, I don't have one. They're like, oh, so you're an atheist? I would get fucking beheaded or thrown off a building.
Yeah. It's not, that's the thing. People want to scream racism. I don't give a shit if they're Persian or what the fuck they are. Muslim, Persian. I don't fucking care,
If you want to...
They've just got a fucked up mindset.
Yeah. They do. And that's the entire problem with... I think the entire Middle East just outlook of things. Egypt is probably like one of the few that's trying to get shit together back and forth.
Yeah.
But...
Well, part of the problem we have is this... It's a control issue. Who gets to control the goddamn resources?
Yeah.
And that was the whole point behind the fucking Gulf War, was to get in there and get fucking Saddam's oil.
Was to get Saddam's oil. The entire thing behind Afghanistan... was to
get that lithium.
Was to get the lithium. It wasn't
in
the poppies, not to because drug trade and bullshit like that.
Yeah,
Contras that leads back further than the 1980s.
Yeah, and
I mean, and they're not going to admit about how like the killing of Pablo Escobar, even though Pablo Escobar was a fucking bad guy. Mm-hmm. It also created a power vacuum that's similar to what happened in Libya.
It's exactly what happened in Libya. It's exactly what happened in fucking Iraq.
I mean,
you know where the ISIS assholes come from? Let's equate it to Mad Max. All right, you had a complete loss of all authority. Boom, right? Now every fucking gang fought it out.
Yeah,
and eventually the gangs that couldn't beat each other joined. You remember in the film, it was Humongous's men, you know, the Gay Boy Berserkers, the Smegma Crazies, and other ones.
Yeah.
This fucking ISIS, they're just the biggest gangs that fucking live through all the turmoil.
Yeah.
That's all the fuck they are.
I like how, on top of all this, Hillary has then, during the third debate, let a slip of the tongue of something that was classified.
Yeah, you're talking about the response time for the nukes?
Yep.
Yeah, her ass needs to go to jail for that.
Yeah. It's Donald. She always says, "Oh, well, Donald Trump doesn't tell the bread and butter of his plans." Would you want to tell anyone else your fucking plans for after you win something?
No.
Like he was like,
think about it. Would a football coach go to the Super Bowl and tell them, "Oh, we're going to do fucking play 23"?
Like, Hillary Clinton released
right off the bat.
Hillary Clinton released her battle strategy to deal with ISIS, and she says, "Well, Donald Trump doesn't have one because Donald Trump hasn't released his." He was like, "Why would I tell the enemy my fucking battle plan?" That would be like if Napoleon mailed like the fucking Prince of Prussia. It's like, this is how I'm going to attack. These are the formations I'm going to use.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Super Bowl, you go in and here's, you know, fucking Coach so-and-so saying, yeah, we're going to use play number 37 and right off the bat.
And then be like, we may throw out a fake punt. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking, like, she is such a stupid ass.
Well,
and Donald Trump, I think Donald Trump had it very correct. You know, it's just like, Putin, outsmart you. Because he's smarter than you. Putin outsmarted both you and Obama.
Yeah, and he did.
Yeah, Putin did.
Yeah.
Putin on, like, fuck some of the shit he does, but he's an excellent statesman.
Yeah.
He knows how to take care of his country. Which that's a lot more than what you can say about fucking President Obama.
Well, now here's another one that people seem to forget when it comes to, like, leadership, all right? Now, you know, people, oh, that's sexist, you know. A woman doesn't cut it as a leader, and here's why. She has to be of a certain type, okay? She has to be a Margaret Thatcher. She has to be a fucking Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
An iron bitch.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm saying this is that you go to the Middle East, do you think those fucking guys give a rat's ass what a woman has to say?
That's exactly how, you know...
You go down to South America, do you think they give a shit? The big machismo fucking South American guy, do you think he's going to give a fuck?
It's because women in those roles, powerful women in those roles, the reason why they have to be ironclad bitches is because they have to deal with the egos of everyone else.
Exactly.
And if they have... Like it's the same way with fucking you know, guys that do wrestling promotions. Like if you're a little dude, like what Eric Bischoff was in WCW, and you're dealing with guys that are 7 foot tall, easily 300 pounds, everyone in this locker room can kick the shit out of you. And then the smaller guys that want to come in and talk to your office want to wonder why you're always fucking aggravated and paranoid and yell them out of your office. It's because fuck you have to deal with all these egos all the time. That's why, you know, Margaret Thatcher, the milk snatcher, was like, oh, she's such a bitch, and this, that, and the other. It's like,
because she's dealing with every alpha monkey male in the whole fucking world.
If me as a male had to deal with, like, fucking Parliament now, just in my shoes, they're like, all right, we're going to draw a random name of an American out of a hat to be prime minister. And they pulled out my name, and I'm like, fuck. And so I got to go to London. I'm like, all right, House of Lords, what do you got to say? And all they're fucking arguing like children.
So you're King Ralph.
Yeah, they're all arguing like children. I'm just sitting there, I'm like, what the fuck are you even saying? I can't even understand the fucking Scottish delegation. What the fuck is happening? Of course Margaret Thatcher is going to be angry. Hillary Clinton would not be able to keep up with the job because, first off, she's in everyone else's back pocket. We would be sold to on the dollar to every other fucking piece of shit backwards beheading people nation that they fucking have. And they can keep that shit over there. I don't care. They can have a fucking Islamic parade and just bomb the shit out of everybody over there. Just be like, I want land. Fuck it.
It's your land.
You guys kill each other for it. I don't care, dude.
Yeah. So long as you stay the fuck out of, out of America, I don't give a fuck what you do.
As soon as, we should fucking just aim naval cannons at any boat or plane that comes over that's, exiting one of those countries to, the United States. Fuck it. Shoot it down.
Well, no, what I'm thinking is that, man, they just don't... You're dealing with the alpha male of every fucking country.
Yeah.
Every fucking country, no matter how small, how big, that's
why Merkel isn't starting to cut it anymore.
Yeah.
Merkel used to be a fucking shining example.
Yeah, but she's bought the fuck out.
Oh yeah, now she's just whatever, and fucking bends over to the goddamn fucking Saudis and
New World Order,
yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's completely eyes wide shut, And I couldn't bring myself, especially for this woman, to vote for her.
No, because she's fucking so corrupt.
Yeah.
The thing about it is she is legitimately
the most corrupt politician ever in American history
to run for president.
Yeah.
And possibly ever. Like what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Because she has done everything that pretty much an Immortal Technique album talks about.
Yeah. I mean, this is a bitch who was thrown the fuck off the Nixon prosecution.
Yeah, for lying.
Yeah, for being corrupt. And not being trustworthy. How the fuck do you get kicked out of the goddamn Nixon prosecution? And think about it. Think what Nixon did. Think about what Nixon did. Compared to shit nowadays, that isn't a drop of piss.
No.
It's nothing. And people lost their fucking minds back then.
If Nixon would have done, what was it, that housing gate where she was, in Arkansas, and they jacked up the prices and everything.
Oh, you're talking about the Whitewater bullshit?
Whitewater, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Nixon would have done Whitewater, holy fuck, he would have stood trial. Yeah. There'd have been no way fucking Ford would have been able to pardon him without getting a ton of shit.
Yeah.
Ford would never have gotten reelected.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Ford was reelected.
But the best fucking thing, he was talking about the debates, the best thing about the debates was the part whenever fucking Trump turns to her and just straight up tells her, I'm having a fucking special, investigator. When I'm chose president, basically, when I'm president, your ass is going to jail. Dude,
Martha Stewart.
I lolled heartily.
Martha Stewart went to prison for lying to the FBI once.
Yeah. Yeah.
This isn't an issue of sex. This is an issue of, guys, she's doing bad things over there. It's Hillary Clinton. She's doing bad things over there. And it's Hillary. She's doing bad things over there. It's just the way she does. She's fucking doing... 4 Americans died.
The bitch won't even wake up in the middle of the night to fucking deal with Benghazi, man.
Well, she's having to deal with her Parkinson's. I mean,
yeah,
her pneumonia, and then going hugging children and kissing them in the mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that fucking body double.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what anybody says, dude. Conspiracy theory or not. That fucking woman that come out of that goddamn apartment building was not her. You compare them two fucking pictures. That is not the same fucking person. It's not.
I'm just so ready for...
Yeah.
What was it? President Camacho, beefsteak, quesadilla, Taco Bell, whatever his fucking name was.
Honestly, dude, boil this shit down. You know who would have been a better fucking president? Fucking Ventura. I'm serious as a fucking heart attack. Do you imagine if Ventura... Now, the only thing a lot of things I don't like about Ventura, but holy shit. We're at a point where I'm considering that Ventura would have been a better fucking choice. If we can't have fucking Ron Paul, you know what I'm saying? Which, to me, that would have been the best fucking choice we could ever have as a president.
I think a lot of the Ron Paul dudes, like just a bunch of the the legalization of marijuana crowd that just followed Ron Paul just for that went to the Bernie Sanders camp.
Yeah.
And
which, yeah, speaking of Bernie, he scared the fuck out of me too.
Yeah. Yeah, Bernie, and the fact that he did as well as he did says a lot for, sadly, my generation.
Yeah. Well, dude, my generation's one that taught your generation, so we're just as fucking responsible.
Yeah, but normally, like, he would have some fucking common sense, because, like, the generation that, before they fought against the Russians in the Cold War, were like, oh yeah, the Russians are fine, yeah, you know, communists, yeah, they're okay, and then the fucking Red Scare happened, and they're like, no, communists aren't okay.
Well, there was a lot of people here, though, that knew even before then that they were bad fucking news.
Yeah, but it wasn't as...
Yeah. Well, I mean, we should have... Dude, Patton was right. And did you notice that Trump mentioned Patton in two of the fucking debates?
I'm glad, yeah.
Yeah. Where he said, talking about that... was it Patton and... was it Eisenhower?
I think so.
Yeah, talking about that they'd have been fucking rolling in their goddamn graves.
I thoroughly believe that's
yeah,
an overtly factual statement. Just because
I always thought Patton was killed because of what he realized by the end of World War II. You know, that he'd become a changed person and decided he was going to enter politics. Patton actually had it in his head that he was going to fucking completely quit being a general and that he was going to run for president. And then, like, pretty soon, right on top of it, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patton would have made a great president.
Oh my fucking God.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing about Eisenhower. Eisenhower didn't have to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Eisenhower just had to maintain the status quo.
Yeah.
Because everything was going to boom anyway in the 50s, you know, whether or not.
Well, that's something that spooks the shit out of me now. We're not going to get a boom. I don't give a fuck what they do. We're not going to get a fucking boom. It's going to be, even if everything changed, let's say that you could snap your fingers and make everything just go working perfectly for America. How many years is it going to actually take for this country to fucking change direction? I mean, seriously, dude. Our economy's completely out of fucking control.
Yeah.
All right? The fucking people are out of fucking control. They have no fucking sense of morals or nothing.
No.
And
I do believe thoroughly, though, that the younger millennials, like I'm talking the ones that are even younger than I am, and the ones that probably haven't finished high school yet, will end up being more conservative than...
Well, it's going to be a combination depending on what angle they are now. You're going to have kids that are coming out of the schools now. They're going to be just straight the fuck up communists.
Yeah.
But then you're going to have the ones with some fucking brains.
I do believe
there's going to be hardcore conservatives.
I do believe there's going to be such an immense pushback from what's been shoved down the college system since the 60s.
Yeah. That
it's going to create the exact opposite of what they want.
And
that's always been pretty much the American way. Like if you try to force something one way and you do it too hard, it snaps right back to the other.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing about our culture. I think that's why this year being a parody is probably more important than what a lot of people want to realize.
Yeah, it's important. I agree. But at the same time, it's so embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, you gotta have a few rough years before it can start to get...
It's just... How the fuck... Dude, have you thought about what it's going to look like in the history books 50 years from now? I don't even know how to fucking... I cannot picture in my head how the fuck all this shit's going to be explained.
In 2066.
Yeah.
I seen a Filthy Frank post something where it was, look, I found a picture of your grandfather from 60 years ago. Or I found a picture of your grandfather, and it was like a old style image of just like a normal looking dude with a haircut and a mustache and like a tweed suit. And it said the year 2090. Look, I found a picture of your grandfather, and it's like this gay dude with cat ears and a woman's tank top on.
Yeah. Yeah. And an idiocracy fucking picture. Yeah. Well, that's what spooks me. I mean, fuck, man. Fuck.
I think we're just going to boil down into ultra conservatism. I really do think that that's what's going to happen.
Which, I'll be the first to say, though, going too far in either fucking direction can be dangerous.
Yeah, it's a bad thing, because ultra conservatism leads to
hardcore fascism and
theocracies and
yeah, the fucking world of Nehemiah Scudder. Do you remember from the Heinlein stories?
Yeah.
You know, he was the hardcore. I remember he was a preacher from like Kansas City. He appeared in the book, I think, one of Heinlein's first ones. If This Goes On, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was one of the reasons that Lazarus and company got the fuck up off the planet, you know, and left. Yeah.
Because ultra conservatives are a bad thing. It's just. I
want true libertarianism is what I'm wanting. But here's the thing. I want a nationalistic libertarianism. All right? I don't want it down to the point where all of our fucking government above us is a hired fucking company. Our police forces are hired companies, which is part of the fucking problem now.
Yeah. I
don't want that. I want an actual nation. You know, an actual country. You know, not I'm a shareholder in this company.
Can we talk about how like Bill looks like a mummified corpse at this point?
He's getting the 11s. Look at the back of him. When you see the back of him, you start seeing the cords on the back of his neck popping up where it looks like the number 11. That's a sign that a fucking old man's going to die.
Huh.
I'm fucking serious, dude. When people, like an old man, when they get to a point where they're starting to waste away, you know, they start getting the 11s.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think his shit's finally caught up to him.
Yeah, the partying lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
It's not 1996 anymore, Mr. President.
Well, it depends on what your definition of the word 1996 is.
1996, that was a fucking good year because he probably used as many condoms to make a tire.
God. Jesus fucking Christ. Dude, 20 years after the fact, and I can close my eyes and still see him saying that shit on television.
I remember...
Mm-hmm.
I remember it clear as day, and I was just a kid, dude.
I'm not 100% certain of what it was exactly I threw, but when he said that whole, you know, definition is, I remember picking something up and I just fucking like, you son of a bitch, and just chucked it at the fucking television. Well, God damn that motherfucker.
What a terrible piece of shit.
Yeah. And there's part of us out there that's been waiting 20 years for that motherfucker to go down.
Well, what's another thing super fucked up that no one seems to mention about Obama, Michelle, Bill, and Hillary is all four of these people are disbarred lawyers.
Yeah. Shouldn't that tell you something?
like that to me, like if that would be like fucking front page news, like even before these people were elected.
Yeah. Well, the fact that you remember, and this is personal opinion based on a lot of shit I've read, but the fact that you first were a member of the bar tells me you're a fucking crook.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a fucking guild and fuck everything it represents.
But to be so crooked
that you get kicked out of the fucking thieves guild.
Yeah.
Literally. You were thrown the fuck out of the Thieves Guild for being a crook.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And to me, like, I'd be like, oh yeah, well, Hillary Clinton was disbarred. Why isn't people, like, fucking mentioning this? Like, she is a lawyer that has been put to shame.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get much slimier than that.
I don't see how you can. I don't see how you can. You know, and... failing anything, this year's been good for the memes.
The dankest of memes.
Dankest.
I don't know. I get really high on much concentrated cancer. So
yeah.
I don't know how great my memes have been.
Oh man, I just fuck. And I just can't. I tell you something else that kind of pisses me off. We're at a point. There is an entire subsect of this fucking world. You can't speak to these fucking people. I mean, think about it. The Bernie supporters, the fucking Hillary supporters, the hardcore commie-crats. You know what I mean? The fucking gimme-dats.
Yeah.
And you can't talk to them motherfuckers. It's just like there's a whole section of the fucking conservative right. You can't talk to them motherfuckers either. The whole Jesus camp?
It's one of those things you have to just laugh off and be like, sure, dude. And just hope that those people, like, realize the error of their ways. Because you're not going to be able to explain it to them.
Yeah. Yeah, just hopefully life beats them in the fucking head with the truth enough times that they wake the fuck up. But I don't know, man. And here's the sad thing. As much as I can't stand fucking like the fucking Jesus-ized or the fucking Jesus Republicans.
Yeah.
I still deal with them easier than I do the fucking hardcore libs.
Because at least you can agree on certain things.
Yeah.
And I have started so many, I guess, circle jerk conversations where you end up just agreeing with the other person. To where they become tolerable as long as you keep the Jesus out of it.
Exactly.
Like with a hardcore, you know, commie-crat. Like I said, I really like that word.
Yeah.
With a hardcore commie-crat, they have this grandiose idea of all of this shit that will never happen.
Yeah.
And they build it up to being like this great big, you know, we're going to help out everybody. There's going to be no such thing as poverty. Nobody's going to have nobody's going to be without a job.
But you almost said nobody's going to have a job.
Well, the eventual goal for like a second stage civilization is to have a currency-less, you know, a fucking cashless.
A Star Trek world, right?
Kind of.
Yeah. Fuck that. I'll be the Freeman still living in fucking Montana, you know?
Well, it's an absolute... It's not like to the extreme that a socialist Star Trek world is. It's more of just like a stable anarchy. Where it's more like business just does what it wants. If you want something, just go out and get it, you know.
Yeah. But that's all dream world shit.
Yeah, it is all dream world shit.
It's as dream world as the fucking, like I said, the fucking Jesus tards with their whole fucking, we're going to have fucking 1,000 years of peace on earth because Jesus is coming back. And, you know, that theocracy idea that they push.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just want people to fucking wake the fuck up and see we're getting fucked. We're getting fucked by everybody. Every motherfucker in the world is waggling a dick at us. You know?
Yeah.
And we turn to face one guy. God damn it, we got 3 dicks being poked in our ass. And, like, you know, we yank out and turn around like, how dare you? And here comes somebody else to fucking bugger your ass. It's
because America, for lesser or worse, is like a babyface champion. It is the John Cena of the earth.
God.
America, it does a lot of good. John Cena does a lot of good things for Make-A-Wish, right? But you kind of want to see him stop fighting in so many wars.
A side note: what if when some kid his Make-A-Wish was to watch Cena shoot himself in the fucking head?
He'd probably do it with a Nerf gun, and then like they'd probably like play his music done on kazoos as they drag him out of the room.
Yeah. I'd like to see you beat to death, sir.
I want to see CM Punk back in the WWE. I can't make that happen. Shit. I want to see CM Punk Kevin Owens. I can't make that happen. Shit. I want to see CM Punk, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe. I can't make that.
Can I at least get his ass in here? And yeah.
Again, can I just get a signed T-shirt?
We can't make that happen.
No, of course they can't.
God damn it!
Oh, it's just a signed best in the world fucking CM Punk T-shirt that I can jerk off to.
But yeah. Like I said, man, just to sum up my ideas about this whole election thing, I'm not going to tell people who the fuck to vote for, but
don't Hillary.
yeah, friends don't let friends vote for gimme dats. You know,
the bumper sticker on the back of my car says "Life's a bitch, don't vote for one."
Yeah, I mean, we would be better off just voting none of the fucking above. If it really, you say absolutely.
It's like, can we just all agree to be cool for like the next 4 to 8 years? Can we just like do that? Like,
yeah, it won't happen. It won't fucking happen. But a quick side note. What do you think though of Trump when he said, where he refused? He's like, I'm not going to promise anything whether I accept the fucking results of this election.
It's the exact same shit that Al Gore did.
Yeah, well, it's also, think about it. You don't reveal your fucking game plan.
Yeah, but it's the exact same. They're like, oh, he's stomping on them. It's like, Al Gore did the same shit. Get fucking real.
Well, I will admit, Gore got fucked.
Yeah, but Al Gore did the exact same shit.
Yeah.
He did not accept.
Yeah. Now, I will admit, Gore got fucked. And
but I couldn't imagine a fucking
Gore presidency.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'm super cereal, guys. Man Bear Pig.
It'd have been just as bad as Bush. Just as bad, just a different flavor. You know? But
Would that flavor have been Soviet Red?
Now
Drink now, Soviet Red! New drink for all young Americans. Drink it up, Soviet Red!
yes. What I'm thinking, if it comes up and somehow that bitch has cheated the fucking election, okay? And it's provable that she cheated the fucking election. Dude, are we going to be on the fucking verge of a civil war? Because that's what I'm saying. A lot of the people that are fucking going Trump, they're going Trump not because of him necessarily. It's because they're sick of the fucking way shit is.
Yeah.
And if it comes up 100% that bitch fucking cheated and tried to steal it away from him. See, where Gore, when he got fucked because Bush cheated, they don't have the balls to back it up.
Yeah.
The left does not have the balls to back it the fuck up. And the right, they sure the fuck do. They're the ones that own the guns.
Yeah.
And there's a reason they own the fucking guns. You know? Technically back then, the Gore crowd should have fucking stood up and, I mean, knocked some fucking heads over that election.
But the Gore crowd was the exact same crowd from the 90s that were the metrosexual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the pansy ass, we don't touch guns, and everybody should just live in peace, and that's not the way the fucking world works. And I'm kind of worried about it. What if that fucking nasty bitch steals the election? I don't want to see a civil war.
No.
But at the same time, I can't. If it's stolen and a group of fucking people jumped up and said, all right, that's it. We're fucking sick of this. I can't tell them no.
Yeah, you can't blame them.
Yeah.
To be completely honest.
Yeah, you can't.
Because they've had their rights taken away from them illegally.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know. People would hear that and they'd be like, oh my God, you support, it's horrible.
Oh, you like war, huh? You fucking warmongering white ringer? You fucking what?
Yeah. You right-wing cis male.
You power stick penis having cis scum falling into vaginas.
God. I'm worried about it. Dude, I am really worried about it. But when he made that statement that we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
I just wondered, and once again, it'd be America becoming a parody of itself. Could you imagine how fucking bizarre it would be if all of a sudden he's cheated out of the election and we look up and here's now fucking General Trump with his fucking cohorts, that were thrown out of the army, under the fucking Obama administration, which Obama purged the fucking military. If you didn't believe in his bullshit, you were out. All right? A lot of those fucking generals, I guarantee you, will be chomping at the fucking bit to go play a Robert E. Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine that fucking... Fuck. That would be Twilight Zone, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you'd be like, well, fuck. I guess I gotta go load the goddamn gun now, don't I? Because now I gotta fight both fucking sides. Son of a bitch. I want to be on the side of leave me the fuck alone. fuck you commie-crats and fuck you fascist bastards, you know? Can't we all just agree to let people... What was that old joke? Freedom is a faggot guarding his marijuana patch with his husband with his AR-15
and their adopted Chinese baby.
Exactly. Just like you said, learn to leave everybody to fuck alone.
Dude, if I want to smoke pot all day and eat bologna sandwiches, that should be my choice.
Exactly. Well, enough of this politics shit. Let's get back to some other shit, man. Some movies, you know? I got a list here of some shit I've been wanting to talk about. Just a few of them. Mm-hmm. Some things that I think people would actually get a kick out of going and watching. I got to see Stanley Kubrick's Fear and Desire. His first movie.
His student film, right?
It is very much a student film, dude. You can see the brilliance of Kubrick in some of it. Mm-hmm. And some of it is just so fucking schlocky. It's just... It's not a good movie. It's really not.
Everyone, like you'll hear early YouTubers talking about it too. Mm-hmm. Like, people have been doing it for a while. It's like, especially JonTron. Uh-huh. It's like, I made some cringy shit at the beginning. Mm-hmm. That's why some of that stuff isn't around anymore, but... I wish... Well, I'm glad that YouTube, you can't get rid of something like completely because someone's going to have it somewhere.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Well, I'll admit, like, even our show, there's been a lot of our shows that I just kind of cringe up. I can't go back and listen to ourselves. You know, it's a learning process.
Yeah, and you know, it's doubly true, I think, for filmmaking, especially if you do it. Like how Kubrick used to do it.
Well, Kubrick tried to fucking delete all this shit.
Yeah,
and
it's like George Lucas. You can't go back and destroy the Ewok films.
Yeah, they happen.
They're there.
Yeah, they fucking happen. The holiday special, it exists.
We all know it's there, George. Just release it on DVD already.
Yeah,
let us all get this cancer over with.
Exactly. But like I said, the Kubrick film, it's good. You can tell that this is a young master.
Yeah,
you know, and.
Do you mean the Lord Thy God, Kubrick?
Yeah. Well, you'll make an exception in some parts when you see this, you know. There's... I don't know. He's kind of hitting you over the head with a fucking hammer, you know, and the war is bad fucking thing.
Yeah.
And he hasn't learned to have a delicate touch.
Subtlety.
Oh, no, yeah. It's not subtle. But in a way, it's interesting just to watch it just because... Just to see how he changed later. I mean, hell, the way it's filmed, the way it looks and it comes off, it's only like an hour long. I swear to God, at first you're like, am I watching a fucking Twilight Zone? That's really the way it kind of comes across at first. And I don't know, it's like I said, it's worth watching, but don't expect a whole hell of a lot. You know, it's worth your time, though, to watch it. Yeah, another film I've been wanting to talk about. I got to watch Eddie Murphy's Mr. Church. Oh boy. Alright. It's one of those weird movies that deep down it's actually a good movie. It is. It's an entertaining movie. You will be entertained watching this film. But it's not... this is not Eddie Murphy in like...
Coming to America.
Coming to America, another 48 hours. You know, it's a very serious movie. And I could actually see him maybe even winning some kind of award for this. But after watching it, it occurred to me. This movie is yet another Magic Negro movie. I'm fucking serious. Mr. Church, the character he plays, is the Magic Negro in this fucking movie.
There's a new style of storytelling called like the Bubblegum Fairy Princess Girl, where it's like the over the top, random hipster-ish kind of chick that's a little nerdy.
Yeah.
And she fixes all the problems, just like the Magic Negro parable.
Yeah. Well, with this one, he's a gifted... He comes and... All right, they start off and it says in the beginning, based on a true story. Okay, that can mean anything. based on a true story could be anything.
It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
it legitimately does not mean anything.
Yeah.
Based on a true story, it might as well just like we kind of pulled the story out of our ass. We just used the names of real people.
Yeah, I mean it's like seeing the term all natural on a product.
I really want to see someone just like I wish that Michael Bay had a little bit of a sense of humor. Because I would really love to see him put based on a true story in front of the Transformers movies. Just to watch stoners being like, when did this happen?
Yeah. Well, with this, they even play it off as if it's a book. You know, like you're watching the movie made from a book. The main character in the story, she's a young girl at first.
So it's a story of a girl?
It's a story of a young girl growing up.
Who cried a river and drowned the whole world?
It's a coming-of-age kind of story.
She looks so sad in photographs.
Oh, my God.
But I absolutely love her when she smiles.
Yes.
Stop it, 90s reference.
Anyway, Mr. Church he's been hired to become the, cook, all right, for her and her mother. And you find out that he was the cook for this rich fucking guy who her mother had had an affair with, and he was married, and mom gets cancer, and blah, blah, blah. You know, that weepy, sad Hallmark movie of the week kind of shit. All right? Yeah. And the story, you know, is how that Mr. Church becomes like a father figure to this girl and all this. And a very, very, very leftist kind of film. And the reason I'm calling him the Magic Negro is because not only is he a master fucking cook, he's supposed to be like a virtuoso on the piano. But he lives this secret fucking life, and she never knows about it for years and years and years, right? Until she goes off, gets herself knocked up in college, and then comes back, stays with him. And you find out that he goes to this fucking a bar called Jellies and comes home where he's not the straight-laced, you know, learned fucking man. He comes home, you know, like shit-faced fucking sloppy drunk, cussing to himself and shit, you know, because he's dealing with his daddy issues. Yeah. And at the end, you know, he ends up dying and all this, and how that he helped her, and, you know, it's just... Like you said, they pulled it out of their ass. And it's a good film. It's kind of fucked up that it's a good movie, but at the same time, you're not trying too hard to hide what the fuck it actually is here, people. And
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's worth a watch. He'll probably win awards for it, you know.
It's an Oscar movie, as a lot of people.
I think, yeah, definitely. At least win something for it, you know.
Best sound direction.
Yeah.
In other words, it stinks.
Yeah. You know, I had the same thought when I seen fucking Rocky Horror, you know, that remake.
It stinks!
Instead of it stinks, it was the critics saying, it's shit!
It's shit!
Another one I'm wanting to bring up. I got to see the new Batman cartoon. Alright. It's called, Batman, Return of the Caped Crusaders. And it's literally 1960s Batman in a cartoon. You know, the actual voices of fucking...
Adam West.
Yeah, Adam West. And Julie Newmar, you know, as Catwoman.
Yeah.
And what's his name? The guy that played Robin. You know, he's in it.
That fag.
And I can't remember his fucking name.
I don't either.
Anyway, it's a good cartoon. All right, it's good. It's classic Batman, you know, 1960s Batman. But there's a couple of things in it that kind of bug me. All right? The tongue-in-cheek homosexual jokes that fucking Robin's Aunt Harriet makes. Yeah. I mean, no fucking around. She fucking straight up hints at the fact she thinks Batman and Robin are fucking gay for each other. Yeah. Okay.
I think that's just fan service to just be like, haha, let's make the joke at ourselves.
Yeah.
We need to have less serious DC movies, Batman versus Superman.
Well, they're talking about doing another one. The next one coming out is going to have William Shatner. I think it's Two-Face. That'll be interesting.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm a little scared.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just a two-faced man. Now let me flip my giant penny
as I lay on my giant mattress of cash.
It is filled with trebles. Wrong show, William. Fuck me.
Anyway, there's a scene at the end that just bugged the living fuck out of me, okay? This bothered the fuck out of me. It's like this cartoon was good, but you had to throw this shit in here, okay? They're dealing with a Joker. Okay. I don't need the Joker to turn around, stick his ass at Batman and Robin, and quite literally fart in their general direction. A Monty Python, I fart in your general direction. That happened like so fucking quick. Yeah, and I'm like, oh my God.
Kill me.
Yeah. And another one. And this is just a case of this is political correctness being a little too fucking correct, okay? For what's supposed to be 1960s, there's a whole lot of black people in this. And I'm not complaining. It's just, it's obvious. You're making tokens out of people here, dude. You know? One of the big scenes where this is really fucking obvious, okay, is a whole scene involving getting the fucking prisoners, all the fucking people Batman's fought out of prison. They go into the fucking prisons. You know, Robin and Catwoman have joined up, all right, to deal with Batman. Batman's been poisoned by a combination of the Catwoman's poison and Joker toxin. All right, that's fucked him up.
Okay.
It's bizarre. They go into prison to get out everybody, you know, like fucking Pharaoh and all these, you know, Egghead, things like that.
All these shitty villains.
Yeah, all the shitty villains. But I got to noticing, every single person in this jail, every fucking person in this jail are white. Every fucking one of them. And the only time you see black folks is the guards. And I'm like, your political correctness just jumped the fucking shark here with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't got no problem with them being in the movie. 10% of the population? Hell, make every 1 in 10 characters fucking black guy. But when you show a prison and there ain't nobody in there but Whitey, I'm calling shenanigans.
Kill Whitey.
Mm-hmm.
Kill Whitey.
That's fucking crackers. But you know what I'm saying? It's just that scene of it. I was like, right.
You mean that scene of Kill Whitey?
Yeah.
Oh, Kill Whitey.
Now, there is some good fan service at the end of it. All right.
The fucking overtly homosexual joke at Robin and Batman. That's great fan service by itself there.
Yeah. Well, at the very end, you know, there's Batman doing the fucking Bat Tootsie during the credits. But at the same time, on the other side of the screen, you got Catwoman doing her dance. But they bring it in just, I mean, it's Catwoman shaking her ass directly at the fucking camera. I'm not gonna bitch about that because, sorry, Julie Newmar was fucking hot. All right, she was fucking hot.
Everyone Google Julie Newmar and also look at the playing cards where Betty White posed nude.
How the fuck would you think of that from Julie Newmar? What
I
the
don't
hell's
know,
wrong with you?
but Betty White nude.
Did you know that Julie Newmar, she did a show back in the 60s, okay? And I think they were trying to compete with like maybe Bewitched or fucking I Dream of Jeannie. She did one about an Air Force guy who he has an android. Yeah, and she played this android. And it went for like 30 episodes or something. And I'm not fucking playing. Her number was AF709. 7 of 9. Her name come from that character. You know, from Star Trek.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah. No shit. I read that.
So the Borg exists in Batman universe. Crossover confirmed.
Well, I'm just saying that.
I'm Batman. I'm Borg. You will assimilate. Batman.
That just blew me away when I saw that. And I was just like, wow, that's where they got the fucking name, you know?
They should have made it 6 of 9.
6 of 9?
For 69, because 7 of 9 was fucking hot.
Yes, she was.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God.
I wanted to be that hologram doctor.
Mm-hmm.
I would have tweaked her.
Borg nipples?
I would have torqued her frontal stabilization devices. Those gyroscopes.
Flicked her holocube a little bit. But yeah, like I said, dude. I mean, the thing is now, old fucking Newmar is looking pretty rough. She's an old ass woman now. But back in the day as Catwoman, she was hot. Hot.
For some reason, that reminded me that in The Sims 4, you can make old people die of exhaustion.
Yeah.
By making them fuck to death.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I used to just lock people in rooms and like no exit. Just leave them in there and they'd shit everywhere. And yeah, but other than that, man,
You just binged on movies.
Yeah, pretty much. I just binged on movies.
Because we had nothing to talk about last time and then proceeded to get...
Well, it was because there was nothing to talk about.
No, there was really... Like we did a review of a review.
Pretty much.
Like when you know when like content is stagnant, when you have to end up doing that.
Yeah. Well, there was nothing. And I got a list, dude. I didn't even touch half of them. You know, like I said, I got a whole bunch of films. It was like famine or feast. You know, there was a fucking famine of nothingness, and then a bunch of damn good flicks, and then, well, hell, now I'm paying for them by watching bad ones.
Watching shitty movies.
God.
Fuck movies. I've just been playing the same video games. I haven't even been doing shit. Just been, Just Cause is cool. I want to blow shit up with my penis, and I end up doing that somehow, and I'm like, I didn't even know that was an option in this game.
It's all fucking downloadable content.
Yeah, downloadable penis content.
Right.
Penis extensions. I wonder what's happening. Like, I
nothing makes a show better than dick jokes.
Exactly. I think next episode I want to take a note of this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to read an update of the Adidas dick dude.
What?
Robo Dick. Since we talked about him.
Oh.
The Adidas pump up penis guy.
Oh yeah.
With the Adidas penis.
Yeah.
I think we need to find an update. We need to read that news story about that next episode.
Yeah, I think I read something a while back about that dude.
Adidas penis.
Yeah, that's what the world needs.
More Adidas penis?
Yes.
Advertising on the side of your dick. Dude, I don't know why porn stars haven't done that yet. Getting like a fucking ad tattooed on the side of their penis for extra money.
Yeah.
They do scenes. It's like MMA fighters with their fight shorts.
I can just see some dude whip it out in a fucking porno and it says GoDaddy.com down the side of it.
Bang Bros.
Oh my God.
Well, I think we've met our dick joke quota for this episode.
Exactly.
This has been another fantastic episode of the Generation Gap Podcast. I've been Lunchbox.
And I'm Gleek.
We'll see y'all next time.
You dicks.